Again, Mr. Post-Moogle, it's been a while. What do you have for us today?
If it isn't my favorite assistant, Hugo. Brace yourself, for today I have a task for you that will have all the fair maidens in Gridania green with envy. This letter in my paw is addressed to none other than the homunculi. You are familiar with the homunculi, yes? The traveling troupe of troubadours, renowned for stirring the seeds of passion the realm over. Ever since their recent performance in Gridania, their popularity has gone through the roof, Hugo. Why, I've handled hundreds of fan letters in the past fortnight alone. Hugo. This particular epistle appears to be from a trader in Olda. A matter of business, perhaps. All the more reason that it must be delivered to Gridania with haste. You will find the band and its leader, Augustinil, rehearsing for their next performance at the Great Loam Growery. Growery,
that's a weird word to say with the Moogle voice.
Growery.
Hold on. Grower. So what, we're dealing with a boy band now? I am Augustinio, vocalist and leader of the homunculi, lyrical genius, the likes of which this realm has ne'er before seen. And you, no doubt, are one of my innumerable fans. If you've come seeking my autograph, I ask that you return when our rehearsal is done. Actually, delivery for you, Cubo. Never heard of these guys. Yeah, that seems par for the course for me. A letter? Oh, don't tell me you've taken on a second career as a messenger girl that you might afford tickets to our last performance. Most admirable, friend, most admirable indeed. Has our new contract arrived, perchance? I'm ever so looking forward to sharing our gift of music with the audience the realm over. Our ballads shall and lays shall sweep the land, and a new chapter in the legend of the homunculi shall be writ. That said, it is a touch bittersweet. It is only through my center's patronage that we stand where we are today. Did I hear my name? What might I do for you today, Augustinio? Looking to procure no garb for your next performance, mayhap? My darling, my center. Just the lady we were hoping to see. The homunculi have a most important announcement to make, and I felt you should be the first to know. To put it simply, we are taking our show on the high road. The homunculi have made arrangements for a musical tour that will span from the peaks of Kurthis to Thanalan. Why, our long-sought dream, realized at last. I truly could not be happier for you. Needless to say, as your patrons, Black Rabbit Traders will gladly provide you with the funds for this momentous undertaking. That said, recent events have thinned our coffers some, but worry not. I shall return and meet with my superiors immediately. I can promise you that you will be able to depart within the next moon. The sentiment is welcome, my darling, but that will not be necessary. A trader from Uldar has promised us all the yield we need. We leave on the morrow. I am afraid there is another rub. Our new backers desire to be the sole and singular patrons of the homunculi. A relationship with the Black Rabbit Traders has been a mutually beneficial one, but I fear that it must come to an end. What? You cannot mean this. My center, my dear, we are forever in your debt for all that you have done for us, and yet, you must understand, the gift we would share with the realm is too great to tarry here any longer. Parting is always such sweet sorrow, and yet the pain would only be greater were we to linger on. We would treasure the memories we have made forever, but the road calls us onward. As ever, the words flow from your lips like honey. Very well. If this is the choice you have made, who am I to stand in your way? I say only this. This tour of yours had best be the greatest show Eorzea has ever seen. As your first and foremost admirer, I will settle for nothing less. It will be all that and more. You have my word, my dear. Adventurer, I would have a word with you. Meet me beneath the bridge by the Regular Workers Guild. Speak to no one of our conversation. Oh, wait, hold on, Gala, we can't just... Gala's gonna get murdered! Just shanked in Gridania. There are... Actually, I don't think there are worse fates. Thank you for coming, adventurer. Let us delve straight into the matter at hand. You know that I serve as consignor of Black Rabbit traders, yes? It is a profession which is about as glamorous as it sounds. Which is to say, not very. There was a time when I entertained the thought of leaving it in search of a more fulfilling line of work. Then one day, I happened upon them. Their music was enchanting, and their countenances even more so. The garb they wore, my dearly departed great-grandmother wouldn't be caught dead in those garish rags. And so I proposed an offer. Black Rabbit traders would clothe the homunculi in our finest garb, and pay a sum sufficient to keep their instruments in good fettle. In return, their performances would serve to promote our wares. It was a relationship that exceeded the wildest expectations of all involved. Good audience flocked to their performances, and business at Black Rabbit Traders burgeoned. It was a dream come true for all of us. A dream I thought would last forever. But I assure you this is no self-centered grudge. The sudden offer is most troubling. For all our successes, the profits the homunculi have brought us would barely amount to a clink in the coffers of any wealthy Uldan trader. No, I smell something amiss. I would ask your expertise in investigating the matter. Walk the markets of Gridania and listen to the word on the street. Should you hear of any shady dealings, return here and share them with me. Sure, I feel like this is a bit above my pay grade as a deputy post-mogul, but you know what they say. Actually, what do they say? Who is they, for that matter? Much to think about. Finally. Dry, no more rain. Hello, Postmontre. Any news? Do you take Postmontre, master of the markets, for a common rumour monger? To compound the insult, you come bearing not even a single eel pie. Very well. I shall deign to answer for no other reason than that you seem unlike to leave my sight until I do. All the talk about the markets of late has been the attacks on the Black Rabbit supply wagons, as you might have heard for yourself if you had a pair of working ears. With the damage visited by the calamity upon the land and its natural resources, trade has been slow to recover in Gridania these past 5 years. It is only with the wares brought in by travelling merchants from Uldar that these markets have been able to sustain this level of activity. The only local operation that has been able to bring in a steady profit is Black Rabbit Traders, what with the purchasing of items from adventurers and my centre's recent efforts to employ that band of honey-tongued bards in publicizing their product. Perhaps they've enjoyed a bit too much success for others' liking. Suspicious. Hello? Whoever could be behind these unpardonable crimes? What crimes, you say? Why, I speak of the vicious attacks on Black Rabbit supply wagons, of course. I'm surprised you've not heard. Tales are so terrifying as to keep the bravest merchant up at night. My brother Mark Quelot, stubborn as he is convinced that the old Dons are pulling the strings. I, however, believe we should be wary against letting our prejudices colour our views. Jacob Rishushu, for one. While many merchants think only of profit, she has spared no effort in studying Gridanian culture and trade, filing regular reports to Uldar on the transactions made at these markets. As she tells it, she has an active role in promoting Gridanian wares in her own homeland and across the realm. My brother is entitled to his opinion, but I cannot see how any could question the girl's intentions. We're gonna pipe up there while I was talking to your brother? Huh? Nothing? Nothing at all? Rumors, you say? It's Surprised you haven't heard him yourself. Can't take more than 2 steps these days without hearing of another attack by the black rabbit. Wow, Jesus Christ, these are tongue twisters. On a black rabbit supply wagon. I've got my own theories as to the perpetrators, mind you. And they start with a certain old darn wench who I reckon ain't too happy about her rival's recent successes. Evidence? Let's just call it instinct. I wouldn't trust an old darn half as far as I could throw one. I mean, depending on the old darn, you could throw them pretty far? How heavy are Lullaphil? Like at least 100 pounds, right? So, our recent troubles are the talk of the town. A little surprised that, to the rumour-monger, the misfortune of others tastes as sweet as honeyed mead. I must say, this news that Rishushu is monitoring transaction at our markets is somewhat concerning. While I have no desire to race to conclusions, I believe caution is in order. There is more. Representing herself as an independent merchant, I have reason to believe she procures a sizable portion of her stock through the Bayet Trading Company. Perhaps the name is unfamiliar to you. It is most often heard in connection with all manner of ill rumors, dealings in stolen goods, swindling unsuspecting customers, and so on and so forth. Under normal circumstances, I'd want nothing to do with this band of thieves, but if they've set their sights on my honey-tongued homunculi, I simply refuse to turn a blind eye. Fortunately, I have an idea. I've prepared a certain document that should pique Rishushu's interest. I would ask that you deliver it to her and keep her distracted. I will take care of the rest. Like I said, this feels a bit above my pay grade. How much am I getting paid for this? Oh, 1,400 gil. And, shards. How many? Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. That's what it is. Lycenta, the only Gridanian I've met in my time here who understands how to do business. Whatever brings her to... Yes, what can I do for you? A proposition for me, you say? I've been around far too long to fall for empty tales of easy profits and great windfalls, but very well. Let us see what you would offer. This is... a page from the Black Rabbit Ledgers, complete with a list of all wares purchased from adventurers, along with their selling and purchasing prices. With this knowledge, I can simply sell the wares they offer at a discount, while raising the prices on the goods not obtainable elsewhere. Simply by following the principles of good trade, I'll be able to make a fortune. Oh, my dear Mycenta, I don't know what brings you here today, but it would appear you've come just in time to watch me win over your loyal customers. Your services today will not be forgotten. Come back in a fortnight's time, and I promise you'll receive your fair share of the profits. Fortnight, huh? I cannot thank you enough. With your aid, the first step of my plan has been carried out to perfection. Now my visitor should be arriving any moment. Yes, thank you. As promised, here's your payment in full. What's that look for, friend? A smart businesswoman knows how to use all of her resources, if you understand what I mean. The fellow who just departed was one of Rishushu's underlings. I asked him to search his mistress's stall for 2 documents. The first one, which my new friend has dutifully delivered, is a contract with a homunculi. As I suspected, Rishushu aims to steal our profits and seeks to accomplish this first and foremost by luring our exclusive band of bards away from us. The other document I have acquired is a page from the latest report sent by Rishushu to Ulda. Note the red mark along our major trading thoroughfare. Assuming that Rishushu's associates at the Beert Trading Company are in possession of the same document, I suspect that the next attack on our supply caravan will strike right there, in the central shroud due southwest from the White Wolf Gate. Such brazen acts of banditry cannot be permitted, yes? I beg of you, adventurer, hurry into the wood and give the would-be ambushers the drubbing they deserve. Should you find any evidence of a connection to those blackguards at Beert, deliver it to me at my place of business at the Knot. If you do not act quickly, my sweet-tongued, fair-haired beauties will be lost to Gridania forever. We're doing this just because you want. So, like, yeah. Yeah. Like, I can't be the only one thinking this, right? Maybe I am. Like, their voices have to be good, but... What was I saying? What? Huh? Hold on, you're not actually in the thing. What do you say? Call me bad, but I can't shake the fear since I'm being followed. I don't know what to tell you, man, but your cart smells. Oh no! Of course they're dusk rights. What the fuck, man? Not to worry, man. You are safe. Shock took a year or 2 off my life, I reckon. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Okay. It heartens me to know that our man is safe. You have my thanks, adventurer. Pray tell, were you able to find any evidence of a connection to those rogues at Beert? As a matter of fact. Aha! It's just as I suspected. It began as mere speculation, but I dare say we've built ourselves a most convincing case. Yes, everything has come together. Rishushu's reports on the flow of goods at the markets found their way to those scoundrels at Beert, who, seizing upon the chance for a quick profit, orchestrated the attacks on our suppliers. Stolen wares were hauled back to Beert, then sold for a pittance to Rishushu. The goods now in high demand, she raised her prices, doubtless funneling a portion of the ample profits back into the Beart's coffers. To add insult to injury, they were poised to use these ill-gotten gains, or the timely troubles of black rabbit traders, to lure my precious homunculi away from me. Why, it's a plan so brilliant I wish I'd come up with it myself. But thanks to you, friend, it's a plan that has now been spectacularly foiled. A Castilian and the others came by just moments ago to say farewell. If we hurry, we can catch them before they depart. We must make for the airship landing without delay. I heard on good account that Rishushu will be in attendance to see them off. Let us shove the evidence of these twisted dealings in her self-satisfied little face. I've said multiple times in this quest, I bet I'd be paid overtime for this. I got other letters to deliver, ma'am. Really? Really? Okay. Come for your share, have you? Patience, friend. Fortunes are not made in a day. Or do you have another proposition for you? Yeah, hi. We have you on account of some fucked up shit that we're about to hand you over to the heir. Well, now, what have we... Well, I never. Just whose side are you on, anyhow? This adventurer kindly rescued one of our wagons from a band of bloodthirsty brigands. Brigands who just happened to be in possession of the bill you now see. Meanwhile, I have managed to come into possession of detailed reports of our trading activities, signed in your name and addressed to the Beat Trading Company. Quite the coincidence, wouldn't you say? Ladies, please, this bickering ill becomes your beautiful features. Rishushu, did you say you would donate a share of your profits to see Black Rabbit traders through their recent plight? Brigands? What nonsense is this? Any reports I made to Uldar were simply in the interest of fostering trade. My contacts of bears would use them to such ill ends is unthinkable. Given their reputation, perhaps not entirely so. I suspected as much. Let me guess, you had your misgivings, but couldn't let your conscience get in the way when there were fortunes to be had. So you cast your lot with Beards, covered your eyes and ears, and hoped for the best. Ignorance of your complicity is no excuse for Shushu. I hear that the Wood Whalers and God's Quiver are taking particularly severe measures regarding the sale of stolen and poached goods in light of recent events. A word or two from me, and you'll spend the night in the comfort of your very own jail cell. That said, I might still be persuaded to look the other way. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. My darling, my center. Speaking as an almost victim of these shady schemes, I dare say Miss Rishushu's deeds should not go unpunished. Then again, one might argue it might be an equal crime to imprison such a comely lass. Sever all ties with the Beard Trading Company at once, and promise me you'll never so much as lay a finger on my precious homunculi again. These are my conditions, and they are not negotiable. Never again. You have my word. Starting on the morrow, every merchant in the markets will vouch that they've never seen a trader as reputable as Rishushu. I gotta get out of here. There's no putting anything past you, my dear, now is there? Brilliant and beautiful. Now there's a lass worthy of song. It says he who is ready to bolt for the desert at the call of the highest bidder. Consider yourself fortunate that when it comes to business, I can hold my own with anyone in Uldar, or the realm for that matter. With the help of a few good friends, that is. Bold and beautiful. Oh, how could we have ever so much as thought of parting ways? Just so. Why, I've never seen a woman more willing and able to use all the resources at her disposal to overcome any obstacle in her path. Remind me to never end up on your bad side again, my friend. Stick to songwriting and singing and leave the financial affairs to me. I don't foresee us having any more problems. Do we have an understanding? We do. We most certainly do. My center, my dear, you are a veritable sheer force of nature. I cannot imagine any who would dare stand in your way. I'll be watching your future performances and our ledgers with great interest. Here's to a profitable relationship for years and years to come. Oh, they are, like, definitely fucking. With your successful delivery, your reputation as a letter carrier has grown. Level 9. Oh boy. Jeez. Alright. That one felt a bit more taxing on the throat than usual. So, that's it for me here. Join me next time as I continue my adventures in Final Fantasy XIV. Either by myself, oh that's the wrong button, or with a friend. Yes, I play on Steam, like what are you gonna do about it?